this is Kate Jigede. I am so delighted that you are joining me on the channel, and I'd like to start this upload by reading to you from my favorite book by Neville Goddard, Your Faith is Your Fortune. Now, Neville's writings have touched millions of lives, and they really are unparalleled and unrivaled. But I think what stands out about this book to me is its practical nature, the way in which the means, the methods by which we can bring this philosophy to life for ourselves is interwoven throughout all of the wonderful gems littered throughout this book. So if you have the book, it's on page 27, about halfway down. If you don't have the book, don't worry, just sit back, relax, and listen. Stop asking yourself whether or not you are worthy or unworthy to claim yourself to be that which you desire to be. You will be condemned by the world only as long as you condemn yourself. You do not need to work out anything. The works are finished. The principle by which all things are made and without which there is not anything made that is made is eternal. You are this principle. Your awareness of being is this everlasting law. You have never expressed anything that you were not aware of being, and you never will. Assume the consciousness of that which you desire to express. Claim it until it becomes a natural manifestation. Feel it and live within that feeling until you make it your nature. Here is a simple formula. Take your attention from your present conception of yourself and place it on that ideal of yours. The ideal you had heretofore thought beyond your reach. Claim yourself to be your ideal, not as something that you will be in time, but as that which you are in the immediate present. Do this, and your present world of limitation will disintegrate as your new claim rises like the phoenix from its ashes. I'd like you to really contemplate these words today, allow them to sink down into you and to do their work. Now, one of the things that I hear often from people is that as clear as Neville's teachings seem to be, it didn't feel as if he gave a great deal of information about how to carry out his techniques, and I think that was something that people felt that they were getting from me. But I want to be very much like Neville in the way that I deal with formulas, with techniques, with method. And the reason for that is that we are not relying on someone else to take us through any process, but we are acknowledging, discovering. Neville goes on to talk in this chapter about recognition. We are recognizing our own ability. It's absolutely essential that we put ourselves in the driving seat when it comes to any metaphysical technique or technology. Although I will give you information and perhaps teach you how to perform certain rituals of metaphysical prayer or teach you new techniques, it's absolutely essential that you don't rely on that teaching per se, but that you have an idea of what's being asked of you and that you're able to personalize that technique and make it your own. This is all about exercising your power. Taken from the chapter I Am He in Your Faith is Your Fortune, we're told that we will only be condemned by the world as long as we do it to ourselves. Not only that, but by simply taking our attention away from our limitations, the world of limitation that we find ourselves in disintegrates, and we step into a whole new version of ourselves. I was about 22 or 23 years old when I really began to understand how my fixation on this idea about who I was and who I could be in the world was really causing physical change around me. I remember when I went to Switzerland to start my internship at the WHO. It seemed incredible, I suppose, later on that I got there and I had that position surrounded by many eminent people, but I recognize that my preoccupation with walking in and occupying certain spaces made room for me. I fit right in. I belonged because that's what I believed to be true of myself. That was the image I was conscious of. No one could tell me I didn't belong somewhere. They couldn't do anything but embrace me and make the experience of being there exactly what I wanted it to be, because that's what I was conscious of. Now, I didn't do anything special. I simply found myself fixated on the ideal of life for me, what that looked like. And so today I'm encouraging you to reacquaint yourself with what the ideal of life looks like for you. I promise you, and I am happy to go into further detail and to share my own experiences with you, no one will prevent you from doing anything. There is nothing about you as a person that will prevent you or stop you from occupying any position, from being in any space that you desire to be in, other than any condemnation you have of yourself. If you believe in the ideal expression of you, you will be able to go anywhere and you will find a loving embrace when you get there. This has been my experience. In some ways, I've taken it for granted that I get on well with absolutely everybody and I am treated well by absolutely everybody. That doesn't mean everyone in the world is in love with me. Of course, we all have our hang-ups. But my experience of human contact is exactly what I say it should be through what I am conscious of being. And this is what I want to impress upon you. I want you to look at me as somebody without connection, without any sort of special background to speak of. Although I'm very, very proud of my parents and my heritage and all of the wonderful bits that make me up. But I want you to see that if she can do it, then I can do it. When I think about the places that I've worked and the things that I've done, let me tell you, I did not do very well at college or university. I did not do very well. I chose the wrong academic path. But that doesn't matter. I was able to undergo a massive transformation, undergo a massive course correction. I cannot begin to tell you what I have been offered, not because I am in some way specially deserving, but because of what I am conscious of being. This is why I'm so passionate about what I do. This is why I'm so passionate about what we call Neville's message. And I'm here to tell you that Neville himself wanted us to make it our message. Yes, we love and admire Neville Goddard, but he wanted us more than anything, and this is what I've read and heard from him, so it's available to you too, that this is about you. This is making this story your story. So I am so thrilled that we are walking this path together. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you, how much I love being with you in consciousness. Some of you I get to see physically, a great many of you I may never contact you physically or see you or spend time with you, but we're in this together because we are one through consciousness. I just want you to have a wonderful day. That's all I want. I want you to just be in love with the greatest expression that you can conjure up in your imagination. No one condemns you, despite the narrative of today. And I know there are many people that say it's not true, there are all these different things happening in the world. We will talk about that on this channel. What all of the traumas and things that we go through, all of these systems that seem to be stacked up against certain groups, and oppression and marginalization and all these different things, privilege, what have you. We can talk about what those things really are, because on this channel I view life, the world, through a metaphysical lens, and I do that exclusively. And I welcome feedback, I welcome questions, suggestions, whatever it might be. I am just so thankful that with the time I have been allocated, I have said yes to doing this work. And I am so thankful and grateful that with the time I have been allocated, I get to share this with you and to learn from you, to derive from you. I feel so honored, so privileged to be part of this divine global community. And that includes every single one of us on the planet. So thank you for listening. Feel free to submit any questions below. Feel free to remember just one or two sentences, please. Feel free to let me know what you would like to hear more of on this channel. But for now, I can only say have a wonderful day. Start to love yourself more than you have. Even if you love yourself more. Become preoccupied with the ideal expression of yourself. Until we meet again in the next upload.